Hey there, I'm Mike Bertelson, owner of Cowboy Cauldron Company, and it is early March here in Cauldron Country, and it's a warm but overcast day, and I just can't abide staying in the house. So I'm gonna grease up my cauldron for spring. This is the original Cowboy Cauldron, made in Mount Vernon, Virginia, and I'm not gonna say how long ago because at my age I don't like doing the math, but it's been out, it's never been inside ever. We just finished a long, pretty hard Utah winter, and she's showing her age, but we're gonna use some bear fat to grease up for spring.
So I'm gonna start out by just wiping the outside down with a damp cloth. And you might be thinking to yourself, hey Mike, why in the hell aren't you using a wire brush? And the answer is because I don't have to. That's total overkill. This is gonna be everything we need. So I got a can of bear fat here, and we're just gonna get a big scoop. Get a big scoop. This is not for saving, you need to use it. It's protecting your cauldron, for Christ's sake. So you just rub it on, and this gives the metal everything that it needs to survive for another few months. And you can see how difficult this is. Not at all. And I'm just going to continue rubbing my basin. And you can already see the difference between what's been done and what hasn't been done. So if you've been looking at our products, or especially if you own a Cowboy Cauldron, you'll know that we build these to last for at least one lifetime, and more likely several. This Ranch Boss basin is a solid 1/4 inch thick piece of plate steel that has been shaped this way, and it's not going to rust through. Not in your lifetime, and not in a lifetime of that favorite child or grandchild that's going to be eyeing it once you're out of the picture. So you might also be wondering, why is this going on so thick? And the answer is that once we put a fire in this basin, this bear fat is going to melt into the metal, into the pores, and so you want enough for there to be a thick protective coating once that's occurred. So try to hit everywhere, obviously, but if you miss a spot, don't freak out. It's not going to make that big a difference, and it depends on how persnickety you are. I think we'll get all of this pretty quickly. And one nice thing too is that even put on thickly, bear fat goes a long way. A single jar of this will be enough to do even this big Ranch Boss basin at least twice. So now we're just finishing up a little detail work, as it were, and we've only been at this a very short while, and you can see already that the bear fat's starting to melt on its own, sink into the metal, and take on that beautiful dark purple brown patina. You won't see it today because it's too darn overcast, but it's just a beautiful finish that also smells great. So now we're pretty much done, and the big finish, as you might already have guessed, is build a fire in the cauldron and really let the basin warm up and melt this thing in and let it set.
So to sum up, all the equipment you're going to need for this extraordinarily rigorous task will be towel, jar of bear fat. The guy behind the camera, Dan, also a cauldron owner, tells me that Don't use one of your wife's good towels. That's an irredeemable mistake. You wouldn't do that. I also highly recommend a congratulatory glass of whiskey, because after, call it 4 minutes, you really deserve it.